Remembering General Hospital's Jacqueline Zeman on the anniversary of her passing, her life, her legacy, and Bobby's amazing metamorphosis. General Hospital spoilers for Monday, May 12, reveal that Sonny Corinthos and Jason Morgan will clash over the Jen Sidwell deal, while Carly Spencer gets a romantic surprise. At the Metro Court, Jack Brennan will once again sweep Carly off her feet. Carly will wonder if she's really that important to Brennan, so he may realize he hasn't done a good enough job of conveying his true feelings. Brennan will make a sweet speech about what's in his heart, so that'll catch Carly off guard in the best way possible. At Sonny's house, he'll face off with Jason since he's seriously considering Sidwell's deal to buy his peers. Jason will sound the alarm about why this is a bad idea, but Sonny will think it might be the best decision he can make right now. For our family's sake, I'm not passing it up, Sonny shouts in Monday's GH preview video. As for Jordan Ashford, she'll pay Laura Collins a visit and deliver updates on some bad news. Jordan will admit she thinks Laura is in big trouble and will voice concerns about some of the political moves being made against her. In Portia Robinson's office, Curtis Ashford will angrily wonder why she's defending Drew Kane. Portia will finally blurt out that she has to. So will she finally come clean to Curtis about all the blackmail drama? Back at the Metro Court, Tracy Quartermain will try to steer Lulu Spencer from writing her adoption article, so she may admit Brooke Lynn Quartermain told her about the baby she gave up. Of course, Brooke Lynn left out a crucial piece of information since she didn't divulge that Dante Falconeri is her child's father. Will Lulu blab that part to Tracy or keep it to herself? Next, Emma Scorpio Drake will realize something's really wrong as she tries to turn in her extra credit assignment. Despite all the hard work Emma put into the data protocol, the flash drive's info will be corrupted. Emma will struggle to understand how this happened, but viewers already know it was Jocelyn Jacks who sabotaged her. Jocelyn also made a copy of Emma's info, so it looks like she'll steal Emma's work and turn it in as her own. Jocelyn will hope this officially puts her in the running for the research assistant spot, but Professor Henry Hank Dalton will admit there's one condition. General Hospital spoilers say Jocelyn will keep up her efforts to pull off her WSB mission, so stay tuned for more of her predictions regarding her grand plan. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby, here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. General Hospital spoilers indicate that Drew Kane scored some incredible intel from Brad Cooper recently, tying Portia Robinson to his ketamine-infused night with escort Jacinda. While he has half the information now, it's only a matter of time before he gets all the intel and Nina Reeves is linked to it all. So, what sort of plan will Drew come up with to expose her to Willow Tate Corinthos? Drew will undeniably expose Nina for her role in his drugged night out with Jacinda. He will blackmail Portia into telling Willow the truth. After all, as a congressman, he could not only ensure Portia loses her comfy job at the hospital with this latest scheme, but her marriage to Curtis Ashford would completely fall apart. Will Drew also tell Willow about his affair with her mom? Coming clean at this point may serve to be an advantage. After all, he could tell her that their bedroom sessions were nothing more than that. He could also state that he never thought his and Willow's relationship would go anywhere, which is why he kept his situationship with Nina a secret. Drew may even note that both he and Nina had sworn each other to secrecy, which is why he never told Willow to begin with. Drew has created an us versus them illusion for Willow, and she keeps falling for it every time. As Drew could manipulate the story about Nina's plan to bring him down, along with their prior relationship, crafting an angle where Nina wasn't concerned with Willow, but rather jealous of her. Drew has mentioned he believes Nina is jealous of Willow's relationship with him multiple times. He could sell this story to a T. This way, by edging Nina out of Willow's life, she'd have no one else to turn to but him. After all, everyone else who's ever been close to Willow from Sasha Corbin to Carly Spencer and all the Quartermains, has turned their backs on her because of Drew. Even the people she works with are pulling away. She only really had Nina and Drew, and without Nina around, Drew could get Willow to agree to pretty much anything. General Hospital spoilers indicate that with all the time Jocelyn Jax is spending with Vaughn because of their WSB mission, the two are bound to get caught in a close moment. How will Joss explain away a work bond, and what if it's her mother who catches them? General Hospital spoilers note that Joss can fluff off her friends, but she can't fluff off Carly Spencer. Carly knows her daughter, and if she sees Vaughn and Joss in a close moment, she'll wonder why she hasn't been introduced to Jocelyn's new friend. Depending on how Carly catches, Jocelyn's mom may just automatically assume that Vaughn is her daughter's new boyfriend, and the two are secretly dating. If this is the case, Joss may just run with the lie. Jocelyn needs to keep her new WSB life on the down low, so if Carly jumps to the wrong conclusion, Joss may leap into the lie to cover her tracks. While Carly might be hurt that Jocelyn didn't confide in her, Joss may ease her mom's mind that the two aren't anything serious. She could also make up an excuse that they are secretly dating because Vaughn has a jealous ex-girlfriend or something along those lines. Still, could lying about being with her WSB handler end up creating sparks between Joss and Vaughn? Now that she's a super spy, Jocelyn has no one else to turn to these days, other than Jack Brennan. She and Vaughn have gotten closer since both returned to Port Charles, so will the two cross a line at some point? This seems inevitable, considering the circumstances. Will Carly catch Jocelyn and Vaughn in a close moment? Will she assume they are dating? Will Jocelyn go along with the lie to keep her WSB secret under wraps? General Hospital spoilers indicate that Lulu Spencer is close to figuring out that Gio Palmieri is the son of Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Dante Falconeri. Lulu seemed very suspicious of how defensive Lois Cerullo was of Gio, who Dante was confronting about not doing enough to help Rocco Falconeri, who almost died from alcohol poisoning. Lois told Dante that he wouldn't treat Gio this way if only he knew who Gio really was, and Lulu overheard. Lulu wants to find out where Lois was when Gio was born, as she definitely suspects that Gio is not the son of Lois's family friend. Lulu, being the sharp investigative reporter that she is, would ask Gio for more information about his parents, and she would be able to search and look into them in depth. Lulu could discover a discrepancy in Gio's birth records, as it does not exist. She would ask Gio when his birthday is, and she would realize that he is the same age as the son that Brooke Lynn gave birth to. This would trouble her, and she would suspect even more that Gio could be the son of Dante and Brooke Lynn. Because there is no one under the name Giovanni Palmieri that was born at that time, Lulu would have to do some digging. She would find a birth record born around the same day as Gio listed as Baby Ashton, which is the last name that Brooke Lynn was using at the time, as it is her father Ned Quartermain's actual surname. Lulu would hit the jackpot and find that the baby was adopted by the Palmieris. This would give her the proof that she needs to expose Gio as Brooke Lynn and Dante's son. Lulu would confront Lois with her findings, and Lois would continue to try to deny the truth. Lulu would ask Lois where she was the day Gio was born. Lois would say, "What does that matter?" Lulu would tell her that Brooke Lynn's baby was born just a few days before Gio was. Lois would realize that Lulu knows the truth and look guilty. Lulu would tell her that she knows that Gio is Brooke Lynn and Dante's son, and how it all makes perfect sense. She then would show her the birth certificate of baby Ashton, born close to Gio's birthday. Lois would have no choice but to admit the truth that Gio is Brooke Lynn and Dante's biological son. She would beg Lulu not to tell Brooke Lynn or anyone else. Brooke Lynn is right outside and overhears Lois beg Lulu to keep quiet that Gio is Brooke Lynn's son, and she walks in and is completely blown away. Brooke Lynn would be furious with her mother and order Lulu to leave. Brooklyn says that she will always hate her and wishes she never woke up from her coma, and tells her she should have stayed out of this. She orders Lulu to leave so she can deal with her mother now. Lulu leaves, and Brooklyn lays into Lois. Now that Brooklyn has overheard the truth, Lois will be beside herself. Other family members may hear the commotion, including Tracy Quartermain, Ned and Olivia Quartermain, who will all be shocked to discover that Gio is Brooklyn's son, and that Lois has been hiding this for over 20 years. Lois tries to explain, but Brooklyn won't hear of it. She tells her mother that she will never forgive her, and that the worst betrayal of all is that Gio was around her entire life, and it was cruel that she never knew that he was her son. What do you think? Will Lulu's investigation uncover the truth? Will Lulu confront Lois with the truth? Will Brooklyn overhear the confrontation and tell Lois that she will never forgive her? Keep watching General Hospital, weekdays on ABC, to find out what's next. General Hospital spoilers and updates reveal Carolyn Hennessy, who plays Diane Miller, recently discussed her former co-star Kelly Monaco's surprising departure from the ABC soap opera. She acknowledged that fans are justified in their anger over Kelly's character, Sam McCall's death following a liver donation on October 30. The Emmy-winning actress mentioned that even though Kelly left the show, she might come back since other characters have returned after dying in TV series. Carolyn is unsure why Kelly was let go, especially since fans loved her. The actress, who portrays strong character Diane Miller, shared that her experience on GH has been very rewarding. At the launch of Aspiring magazine's spring issue, Carolyn talked about how surprised the audience was by Kelly's sudden exit. Both fans and her co-stars on the ABC soap were shocked at her character suddenly being killed off the show. She expressed, "The fans have every right to be upset since she was part of the show for 21 years. Personally, I can't understand why she was let go. I truly enjoyed working with her, and everyone I know felt the same." Carolyn shared that she cherished her time with Kelly. "One of the greatest joys was making Kelly Monaco laugh because she had such a strong personality. We shared a love for laughter, and I really miss that. It's like losing a family member who has passed on, and the reasons remain a mystery. I miss those moments of joy we had together. We can only guess, but the truth is unclear. Her absence is felt deeply, both by us and the fans, and understandably so." Carolyn expresses that in Hollywood, nothing is guaranteed, suggesting that Kelly might make a comeback. She added, "This isn't the first time fans have faced uncertainty. It's a soap opera. One moment they're here, the next they're not. However, there's always a chance for a revival. Who knows, we might see her again. The future is unpredictable, and that keeps the excitement alive." Carolyn pointed out that U.S. soap operas have a rich tradition of changing casts, particularly with new leadership coming in and out. The circumstances surrounding Monaco's departure remain a mystery, which she confessed still puzzles her. In a now-removed Instagram post, Monaco expressed that ABC did not appreciate Sam by gradually changing her into a character that was unrecognizable to both her and the audience. She described it as a form of retaliation. Since then, the reasons behind this decision have not been fully explained. Carolyn has shared her pride in portraying a strong female character on America's longest-running soap opera, which has also influenced her perspective on life. She noted that Diane initially seemed focused on money, but she quickly realized that Diane represented much more than that. Diane embodies various aspects of female empowerment. She is intelligent, confident, committed to the law, and represents the ideal of a well-rounded woman. Carolyn says, "Creating her has truly empowered me. It's astonishing. They are writing for my empowerment and for hers. I'm returning that energy, amplifying it as much as I can. This experience has made me more resilient, like, if you don't want me, I'll find my own path." It's a mutual relationship where we inspire each other, The fans appreciate that I refuse to be passive. I'm not delicate or fragile. I can brave the cold in just a t-shirt and emerge stronger on the other side." Carolyn continued, "She embodies resilience and garners admiration from both women and men alike. Many women express their desire to emulate her, saying, 'I want to be like Diane when I grow up,' and I wholeheartedly agree. It's incredibly fulfilling to have contributed to this for the past 20 years, reflecting my life's work." Carolyn shared these thoughts during the Beverly Hills launch of Aspiring's spring magazine issue. It showcased Emmy winner Lisa Gibbons on the cover and featured a story on the illustrious Charles Fox, a two-time Emmy and Grammy Award winner. Chase and Brooklyn meet with Alexis at her office to discuss adoption. Alexis explains that there are a lot of factors that go into adoption, and they can be very complicated. Brooklyn admits she's worried they could be disqualified because of her past, and tells Alexis she had a baby before and gave it up for adoption. Brooklyn gives her the brief synopsis. The adoption was sealed. She never sought to find her baby, and they haven't looked for her. Alexis says agencies focus on current situations, not the past, which relieves them. Alexis asks if they are leaning towards an open or closed adoption. Brooklyn is leaning towards a closed one. They will tell their child they are adopted, but having an open adoption could be confusing for them. Alexis says she'll reach out to some attorneys in the business to see if they have any clients looking for adoptive parents, but to know that this can take a long time. At home, Lulu makes some calls about Lois and L&B Records when Dany knocks on the door. Dany asks to talk to Rocco. Lulu says they need to get things straight before he sees her son. Lulu invites Dany in and asks him to tell her everything that happened. Dany details how it was all his fault, how he was a terrible brother to Rocco, and how it will never happen again. Lulu hopes he makes sure this never happens again. She calls Rocco down, and he shows up with a pail and rubber gloves, clearly being punished with cleaning. Dany tells Rocco how sorry he is. Lulu suggests that Dany help Rocco clean the house as a punishment for the both of them. The boys head outside to clean the shutters and gutters, and Dany apologizes to Rocco. Rocco tells him he didn't make him drink, but Dany promises him he'll do better as his brother. Lulu listens to them from the window and smiles. Lulu comes out, tells them she needs to step out, and asks if she can trust them not to get into trouble while she's gone. They swear she can trust them, and she departs. In the Q's kitchen, Jason asks Dante if he's going to charge Dany with manslaughter. Dante isn't. The detective just wants to make sure Jason understands the trouble Dany could have been in. He used to try to see both sides, but now he sees why Sam was wary of him spending time with Dany. He says Dany doesn't need a friend. The boy needs a father. Lois enters and asks what is going on. Dante tells her that he was telling Jason that he doesn't think much of him as a father and walks out. Lois tells Jason that she was with Dante when he got the call about Rocco, and he's attacking and blaming everyone because he can't go after Dany. Jason says Dante isn't entirely wrong, that he missed a lot of Dany's life, and Dany was able to sneak out because he was off with Sonny. Lois says Dante is too close to this situation to have a clear perspective. She also tells Jason that Rocco looks up to Dany, and Dany needs to know he can't lead Rocco around by the nose. She says Jason gives Dany a lot of room, but he's a great dad. Jason says Dany needs to be his priority, so he has to make some changes. Dante arrives at Lulu's and finds the boys cleaning as their punishment. He offers to help them, and Rocco sends Dany to get more soap. Rocco tells his dad not to unload on Dany when he returns, as he knows he's blaming everyone else for what happened. Rocco states he is the one who poured that booze down his throat. Dany returns and Dante tells them they both know they messed up. In the future, remember to always have each other's backs. Lois soon shows up and tells the boys how great a job they've done cleaning. Rocco knows Lois was with his dad when the call came in about him, and he thanks her. She tells him not to scare them like that ever again. Dante lets them know they've done enough and go take a break. They run off to play video games, and Dante and Lois both apologize to one another at the same time. Dante knows Gio did what he thought was right given the information he had at the time, and Lois says she knows he is a good father. At the hospital, Willow enters an exam room to assist Sasha with her latest checkup. Sasha would rather have another nurse. Willow points out that she is the mother of Michael's children, and Sasha is about to have Jason's baby, so whether they like it or not, they are family. Willow wants them to try to start fresh. Sasha can't believe Willow is using her kids to patch things up when she doesn't even act like those kids are Michael's. When is the last time he saw them? Willow cries that she flew to Germany to see Michael, but he wouldn't see her. She says everyone wants to paint her as the bad guy when Michael wouldn't even see her. Sasha notes Willow sure paid Michael back by standing by Drew at that ridiculous press conference. Willow defends Drew and states that he was drugged. Sasha says she has to believe that, as not doing so would mean, she have to admit she destroyed her life for Drew, who is the wrong guy. Willow sees that there is no saving this relationship and will send in another nurse. Later, Sasha returns home to the mansion and tells Jason what she learned about Willow's trip to Germany and that Michael refused to see her. In Portia's office, Portia tells Drew that Curtis will never turn on Laura. Drew doesn't care what she has to do. She needs to convince Curtis to use Aurora to drive Sonny out of Port Charles. He reminds her that if there had been no Sonny, there wouldn't have been a Cyrus, and she and Trina wouldn't have been terrorized. Getting rid of Sonny is what is best for Port Charles. Portia tells Drew that Curtis will never change his mind, but Drew tells her not to doubt her own skills. He says they both know she's been stringing him along, but they've barely scratched the surface of what she can do. He says he believes in her. Drew walks out. At the Metro Court, Curtis sits with Tracy and discusses her meeting with Sidwell and Drew. He assumes she's working with them to take down Sonny, but why does she want to take down Laura? Ned appears and joins them, and Tracy says she was explaining to Curtis that she is only working with Drew to get rid of Sonny. Curtis points out that means teaming up with Sidwell, and they know very little about him, and what they do know isn't good. Curtis admits he has his issues with Sonny, but he has been good for Port Charles. Curtis heads out, and Tracy can't stand to hear one more person sing Sonny's praises. Ned says they have better things to talk about, such as Chase and Brooklyn meeting Alexis to discuss adoption. They talk about how it feels being a parent and a grandparent before Tracy steers the conversation back to Sonny and her efforts to oust him from this town. She asks Ned to help her with this, and that, as the former mayor, and his endorsement means something. Tracy gets a call from Lucy, rants about her pestering her, and tells Ned to make a decision, mom or mob. Tracy walks off to deal with Lucy. Later, Lulu meets with Ned on her mom's behalf, which she doesn't know. She's concerned about Drew and Boyle's campaign against her mother. Ned feels Laura is doing a great job. Lulu asks if he will endorse his mom, and he will. He plans to support Laura, but vote against Sonny. Lulu thanks him. Lulu turns the topic to Ned and his time as a rock star, touring, and Lois managing him. He says Miguel was her big client, and Lois saw the world with him. Lois asks how Brooklyn reacted to her mom going away so much. Ned reveals that when Brooklyn got older, Lois took her out of high school to go on tour with them. He says she missed 6 months of her senior year. Ned steps away when he gets a call, and Tracy returns. She asks Lulu what she's up to. Back at the hospital, Curtis arrives, and Willow runs into him. She thanks him for not publishing the video of Drew and only reporting the facts. She hopes he will publish a positive story on Drew being drugged. Curtis says they will publish the facts that Drew had ketamine in his system, but it will be unbiased, and they'll leave the public to decide if Drew did or did not take the ketamine. He then excuses himself. Willow soon runs into Drew and is happy to see him, as it's been a tough day. They hug, and Willow gets poked by something in his jacket. She asks what that was. He pulls out a small manila envelope and hands it to her. Inside is a small vial of liquid. He claims his doctor just gave it to him, and that it's a vitamin infusion to help him get his health back on track. Curtis heads to see Portia and tells her Willow is still standing by Drew, calling her unbelievable. He says Aurora is doing a write-up on ketamine, and that Drew hasn't proven he was drugged. Portia suggests he stay out of it, and he says it sounds like she's defending Drew. At Sonny's, Sidwell tells Sonny that he wants to make him an offer that will benefit them both. Sidwell explains that this Esplanade referendum has turned into a vote on him. He could still lose his peers, and Jordan points out that vote would cause problems for Laura. Sidwell suggests Sonny circumvent the vote, make a buck, and sell his peers to him. Sonny asks what if Sidwell buys his peers and still loses them to Measure C. Sonny suddenly hunches over, and Sidwell asks if he's okay. Jordan also notices Sonny seems unwell. Sonny says he's fine. He's just bored, so let's wrap this up. Sidwell is willing to bet that once Sonny doesn't own the peers, the people of Port Charles will side with Laura and keep the Esplanade at its current location. This results in Sonny escaping this entire political mess, and he won't be associated with Mayor Collins, which is good for her. Later at Alexis's office, Susan tells Alexis that Sidwell is here and has no appointment. Alexis snarks that he never does. He enters, and she tells him that she never wanted the dagger. Sidwell isn't here to discuss the dagger. He needs her firm to draw up some real estate papers for him. General Hospital spoilers reveal a preview clip has been released for Friday, May 9, 2025. It shows Jen Sidwell offering Sonny Corinthos a deal. Meanwhile, Willow Tate Corinthos and Sasha Gilmore Corbin face off. Keep reading and let's talk about what is coming up in the ABC soap opera. Let's begin with Drew Kane, who issues another threat to Portia Robinson. Drew demands that Portia get Curtis Ashford under control. However, the doctor already told the congressman that she can't control her husband's actions. Drew tells her that they've only begun scratching the surface of what she can do. So it sounds like Drew will try to get Portia to do more dirty work. Thanks to Brad Cooper, Drew knows that Portia was responsible for drugging him. So unless Portia wants to go to prison and lose her medical license, she might have to do what Drew wants. Over with Dante Falconeri, he will continue looking for someone to blame for Rocco Falconeri's alcohol poisoning. In a preview clip for today's episode, Jason asks Dante if he's threatening to charge Dany Morgan with manslaughter. That would be a really far-fetched charge considering the circumstances, and Dante would be abusing his power as a detective. Dante has always been a decent guy, so we could be seeing a new chapter with this character. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Lulu Spencer will have a few things to say to Dany. While Dany looks terrified, Lulu will be more understanding and empathetic with the boy. Lulu was also terrified of losing Rocco, but she knows Dante is going too far. Fans will also see Willow confront Curtis regarding an article about Drew. Later, she has a tense encounter with Sasha. Brooklyn Quartermaine and Harrison Chase meet with Alexis Davis. So, it sounds like Alexis might give the couple some legal advice regarding adoption. Meanwhile, Lulu interrogates Ned Quartermaine. Geez, this lady does not let up, does she? Also, Sidwell has a deal for Sonny Corinthos. Sonny doesn't seem too enthused in the preview clip. However, that's why Sidwell brought along Jordan Ashford. Jordan might push that this is a good deal for Sonny to take, but I wonder if she could already be getting corrupted by Sidwell. Which storyline are you looking forward to seeing the most? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember to keep watching the soap on ABC to find out what happens next. What are they about to uncover? General Hospital spoilers for the week of May 12 to 16, 2025 tease turning points for both Drew's and Lulu's schemes. After Drew's strange vitamin vial reveal, things are only going to get more dramatic for him. Midweek, while Drew makes a discovery, Willow will be left heartbroken. Will this have to do with the mysterious vial or something else that Drew's done? As for Laura, it's looking like a big week for the mayor of Port Charles. She'll start the week with an update on Sidwell and the peers from Jordan, then get a surprise from Sonny. But by midweek, Laura will lose her cool, and who knows who will be on the receiving end. The week will end with Lulu being on the hunt. She's pulled out all the stops to dig into Brooklyn's past and get every last detail about her teen pregnancy. After discovering that Lois took Brooklyn on the road as a teenager and suspecting Gio could possibly be the baby in question, what's next for her to find out? On Tuesday, Trina will confide in Porsche. There are a million things this conversation could be about, but odds are it's related to Kai and the worries about his surgery. Before that, Emma will get bad news. Will she learn that Jocelyn got the position with Professor Dalton over her? It's going to be a drama-filled day on Port Charles. In addition to Lulu questioning Ned, General Hospital spoilers for Monday, May 12, 2025, promise emotional stakes, shocking updates, and tough decisions as the residents of Port Charles find themselves at the center of personal and political storms. You won't want to miss a moment. Tracy Quartermain approaches Jason Morgan with a mission that seems to carry heavy consequences. She won't mince words, laying out exactly what she wants from him, and it's clear this isn't a simple ask. Whatever Tracy has planned, she's counting on Jason's loyalty and skill. And Jason may have no choice but to step up once again. Maxie Jones finds herself at a crossroads and turns to Anna Devane for guidance. With so much weighing on her shoulders, both personally and professionally, Maxie knows Anna will give it to her straight. Max's is hoping for clarity, but whether Anna offers reassurance or a challenge remains to be seen. Curtis Ashford senses something is off and can't shake the feeling that someone is hiding something big. His instincts have rarely steered him wrong, and on Monday, that inner voice gets louder. As Curtis starts connecting the dots, he grows increasingly wary of what's unfolding around him. Emma receives upsetting news that threatens to derail her world. Whatever she learns on Monday hits hard, shaking the typically upbeat teen and sending ripples through her support system. This development could change the course of her immediate future. Jordan delivers an important update to Mayor Laura Collins, one that could have significant implications for the city. The two women put their heads together as they assess the situation, understanding that what comes next may demand swift, bold action. Drew has something else up his sleeve. The May 9, 2025 episode of General Hospital had a strange ending that left fans wondering what exactly is next for Congressman Cutthroat. After meeting with Sidwell, Jordan, and Tracy about ridding Port Charles of Sonny, Drew stopped by Portia's office for another round of threats. He suggested she get Curtis to publish a piece in support of him, and when she told him she wasn't sure that was possible, she had no idea that Drew has so much more on her than just tampering with test results. But then things got weird. When Drew ran into Willow at GH, she greeted him with a hug and felt something mysterious in his jacket pocket. He seemed caught in the act when he pulled out a small yellow envelope, then told her to open it. She pulled out a small vial, which Drew claimed was a vitamin infusion his doctor gave him after being drugged. While Willow believed every word, something about the look on Drew's face said otherwise. There are a few ways this new development could go, with the first being that Drew sought after more ketamine. Now that it's been in his system, is Drew itching for more? It's been a while since Port Charles has had an addict on its hands, and this could lead to Drew's final downfall. Assuming it's ketamine, if it's not for himself, then who is it for? Drew knows that Portia was behind his drugging, so is he looking to retaliate in the same way? Or does he want to slip it to another one of his enemies, like Sonny or Jason? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.